Chief Meteorologist James Sahara and StormTrack 8 weather.
And good morning, Quad Cities. Wow, what a night it was, at least for most of our hometowns. I would say around the southern two-thirds overnight. We had plenty of heavy rain, we had wind, we had lightning. Boy, deep thunder to go with it as well. It was such a crazy night out there. Fortunately, things have really quieted down. As you can see in our storm tracker, all the wet weather is primarily just now north and east of the Quad Cities through Clinton, making its way southward into Sterling Rock Falls. Princeton seeing some of that steady rain, but not as far as any of the lightning that we had in some of our hometowns overnight and even the wee hours of the morning. That is now being drifted its way off to the south and east. You can see what's been going on ever since midnight last night, where the heavy rains took place, especially south of the Quad Cities. At least 1 to 3 inches fell in this general area, especially along Highway 34. Getting reports of some deep mud packed in some areas just outside of Burlington. Some pretty good flooding in some spots too, even around the Burlington area. So if you're heading into Burlington or heading out of it, just be on the lookout for that, especially early on this morning. But what a difference compared to yesterday. This is the only wave that we see early this morning, and likely the only one we'll be seeing for the rest of the morning, as all the elements that has been enough to produce all this widespread heavy rain and heavy thunderstorm activity is going to be focused more off to the north and west. The main boundary is actually situated out there, so that may be the focal point for showers and thunderstorms to be popping up. And we can show you that right now on our regional view of our future track. This is 8 o'clock in the morning, and all the wet weather is pretty much going to be all said and done. We may actually thin out these clouds enough to give way to sunshine. But keep in mind, this air mass is still going to be very warm and very muggy. So I can't rule out maybe a little renegade shower thunderstorm later on in the day. But as far as any extensive coverage, that will be primarily around the western half or western two-thirds of the Hawkeye state. That's where all the wet weather is going to be really kicking its heels once again out there come later on in the day. Right now we're seeing temperatures in the 60s, ranging from 61 degrees in Galesburg to around 66 degrees over in Sterling. In the Quad Cities, we have a temperature of 64 degrees. So allowing us to get some dry hours in here. It'll definitely give us a chance to kind of warm up those temperatures. Yesterday we had numbers around the upper 70s, around 80 degrees. I think today we'll notch it up a few more degrees. Burlington, you'll be able to finally dry out after yesterday, or last night I should say. 85 will be your daytime high. Genesee will go about 83, 84 degrees in Kewanee. Princeton will go about 84 degrees in Muscatine. A little bit more north, we'll go about 80 for the daytime high, like around Maquoketa. You're seeing a little rain shower right now. That should be ending early this morning. 82 degrees we'll say in Savannah. And in the Quad City metro area, it's going to be a very warm and muggy day with just a small chance for a shower or thunderstorm later in the afternoon. Daytime high about 84 degrees. Now, what will that mean as we go through the rest of the work week? Well, our small chance today, or at least later today, will unfortunately increase in coverage again. Looks like as early as tomorrow. Let's show you that in our regional view of our future track. This is Thursday at 8 a.m. And coverage is not all too great at that time, but as we go throughout the rest of our Thursday, you can see the coverage returns once again. That plume of moisture and instability will be right across to Tuesday, so that will mean the potential once again for some heavy rain, maybe even the potential too of some strong to severe thunderstorms like we had in some of our hometowns last night. We're talking about maybe some small hail and once again a good rush of wind, 40, 50, maybe even 60 miles an hour on some of those winds. It looks like the chance of showers and thunderstorms will continue heading into Friday as well. The plume of moisture will continue as well as that instability. And then once we get to Friday night and Saturday, the main moisture flow and instability will be off to our east. Still can't rule out a few scattered showers as we head into Saturday, but at least we'll be seeing the worst of the wet weather finally making its way eastward heading into this weekend. So a warm and muggy day, looking at a high of 84 degrees. That just may be enough to set off a later day shower or thunderstorm. Only a small chance I see. That chance will be ending early this evening. Otherwise, it will be a rather warm and humid night as the low will drop down to about 66 degrees. And starting tomorrow, going into Friday, those shower and thunderstorm chances, those scattered, will be increasing. Temperatures will be around 80 degrees. The last of the raindrops will be finally coming to an end, I do believe, on Saturday morning, and then we'll dry out for the rest of the weekend, as well as a good chunk of next week. Check that out. We're going to be seeing some dry days ahead, starting pretty much on Sunday, with numbers expected in the 70s, and then we'll try to warm those numbers again up heading into later next week. So there is some good news for farmers out there. I know they want to get out and finish up what they have done, but looks like there'll be a nice break today. Unfortunately, some of those fields are really inundated with a lot of water.
Need a few dry days.
Yes, indeed.
All right, thanks, James.